Do you know, I talk a lot about walking close to the Lord, but when I say that, I have to emphasize something very important. When you are walking close to the Lord, it does not mean that you're saying you are without sin. Quite the contrary, it means you are more aware of your sin. You are you are aware constantly of how you fall short of the glory of the Lord and how far you are from being holy as He wants us to be holy. But at the same time, things like habitual sin have diminished. Things that what I would call serious sin, grave sin that separates you from the life of Christ, those things are gone from your life, or if they do recur, they're not habitual. They do not have full consent, which is a huge difference. So there are levels of sin. Anyone who tells you otherwise is incorrect. Um, but the sickness in society today is not that people sin, because that's always been the case. It's that they do not acknowledge sin. They do not admit to sin. They don't even know sometimes that sin exists, what it is, and therefore the darkness has overcome them. But we as Christians are very much aware of sin and our sin. I often say that I don't have any secrets. That doesn't mean I want to tell the whole world all my sins at all. It doesn't mean that at all. But it means that when it all comes to light, you probably won't be that surprised. I'm being very honest because I've tried to be as open as possible on this channel without being explicit, without being grotesque. People don't want to hear details, if you know what I mean. So I'm not afraid of that either. What I'm afraid of is not knowing my sin and not being aware of it and having it thrown at me on the day of judgment. I don't want that to be the case. So that's why I examine myself closely every day. But I'm in no position to sit in judgment on anyone. Anyone. I don't care, because I don't care what their sins, even if they're a narcissist. Well, see, this is a problem. Maybe someone can help me out there. I don't really understand the whole thing about narcissists in the sense that they seem to be unable to change, and I just don't accept that. I don't accept that people can't change and can't repent of anything and turn back to the Lord. I think there's help for every sickness, every addiction, um, because where is grace then? Unless they're not human is the only possibility. They're not human. Narcissist would be something demonic. So that's debatable. Anyway, but yes, so who am I to judge? But I just think that if we are living our lives openly, honestly, and simply, then it's going to shine through, and we're going to